Hey everybody, it's Dave Duford here at Final Expense Agent Mentor, where I help agents like you succeed in selling final expense insurance and mortgage protection insurance, which is the topic of today's video. Specifically, what we're going to be talking about is selling mortgage protection over the phone versus selling it face-to-face. So the reason I'm putting this video together is because with the time that has passed, there's been more availability and more options for people to sell insurance of all kinds from the comfort of their own home or within a call center where no face-to-face appointment is required. And of course, a lot of agents who are looking to get into mortgage protection or perhaps already sell it maybe have considered the idea of selling this kind of product over the phone without any sort of face-to-face type of work. So in this video, I'm going to try to answer that question, which is better and what are the pros and cons. Just try to give you more information to help you figure out what would be best in your mind and your situation to consider. So let's start first with the pros of selling face-to-face. So if you sell mortgage protection face-to-face, the biggest pro is that you get to have access to all the elements of communication. This is the one thing that lacks with selling over the phone. Whereas you only have access to what you say, your tonality, and the specific words that you use. When you're in a face-to-face setting, you get to make eye contact. You get to give positive body signal language. You get to actually shake their hands and use your tonality and voice and connect. It's a lot easier to sell yourself, which is the most important part of the mortgage protection selling process, in a face-to-face appointment, much, much better than you would if you sold over the phone without the advantages of face-to-face selling. So I think face-to-face selling is one of those things where more people can be more successful more often than if they went and sold telephonically, just because they've got the communication bases as well. Point number two is that there's not the same level of product availability over the phone as there is face-to-face, and that is changing over time. This video may become obsolete by the time you see it because more carriers are getting with the technological trend and allowing telephonic applications. So a lot of these companies require face-to-face appointments anyway, and it's just you begin to limit yourself access when you cannot select the best options for your client when it's only on a telephonic basis. So the drawbacks to selling face-to-face is there's going to be a lot of travel time. One of the biggest troubles with mortgage protection, no pulling no punches here, is you're going to have to work a very wide area if you purchase direct mail mortgage protection leads. You may have to work multiple cities within a 2 or 3 hour radius, all within the same week. So there's lots of drive time to working mortgage protection leads effectively. And so that drive time is less time that you could be talking to people and selling them over the phone potentially. And plus, there's some people who physically cannot stand a drive time that long. I've talked to them before, and they would be better in a call center or telephonic environment where their back won't hurt or knees or whatever it is that is problematic. So what are the pros of selling mortgage protection over the phone? Well, the first is convenience, right? You just walk out of bed, you walk to the computer, and you start dialing phone numbers and following up with people. The second is that once you get them on the phone, the process is just the same as selling, more or less, just the same as selling face-to-face as it is over the phone. You're not going to necessarily spend more time trying to sell somebody over the phone. So there's that, you eliminate that drive time, that dead windshield time that doesn't actually give you productive results. So conceivably, you can present more mortgage protection to more people. Maybe your appointments only take 20 to 30 minutes, so you can fit 2 appointments in an hour where maybe you could only do 1. So these advantages potentially could leverage up that you do more presentations and potentially sell more prospects. Now, the biggest drawback of selling mortgage protection over the telephone is kind of what I mentioned with the first part, is that it takes a special skill set to sell telephonically. You've got to take your time to develop it. You've got to develop your presence, your tonality. You've got to develop your presentation to completely rely on all of those things and not the body language, not props and things that you show them. Now, there's ways to overcome that using email technology and things like that to show these people things in front of their computer or their smartphone. So there is ways to overcome that, but you just don't have that same connection as you would face-to-face as you would over the phone. And plus, for a lot of people, it's surprising, maybe if you've never heard this, but selling over the phone can be really boring. For a lot of people, they don't like the idea of being chained to a desk and forced to call over the phone continuously throughout the day. They like the idea of getting out there, feeling the fresh air, smelling the fresh air, hitting the open road, seeing people in their environments, and just learning a lot more about them in a face-to-face traditional manner. So a lot of people who have that disposition, kind of like me really, aren't going to do necessarily as well over the telephone because it can become boring, it can become repetitive, and you can see the walls kind of start to come in on you too. So here's my recommendation to sum up things here. So either method's going to work, okay? You can sell mortgage protection over the phone successfully. You can sell face-to-face mortgage protection successfully. I recommend agents sell face-to-face. Why? Because that is the traditional method that is given the best chances of success. Telephonic sales, while similar to selling face-to-face, has some slight differences, especially if you're working paid leads. And so you're going to be in a different position, and there's less availability for training and access to quality leads to sell it over the phone than if you did face-to-face. And my opinion is you're going to sell more face-to-face on average than you would over the phone. Thus, if you're getting started, want to give your best shot at this business, face-to-face sales is where it's at. Of course, there's always exceptions. I don't argue with results. And if you sell telephonically mortgage protection successfully, my hat's off to you. If you like this video, please subscribe and thumbs up. My name is David Duford. I am a recruiter, marketer, trainer, legend of success. I guess tongue-in-cheek there. But I own Final Expense Agent Mentor and as well Mortgage Protection Agent Mentor. What I do is I recruit agents that want to go in either direction to sell either product and give them the mentorship and coaching necessary to help them achieve maximal success. If you like the concept of either of those programs, go to mortgageprotectionagentmentor.com or feagentmentor.com. You can see the links below. Again, comment if you like this video. If you have any differing opinions, I'm more than welcome them. And otherwise, appreciate your time watching this video and hope you got something out of it. Take care and see you next time.